Hello, me again. Uh, In this video, I'm going to change subjects into two about film. And actually two films that I like the most, but have been greatly misunderstood. If you like horror films, you'll understand. They are Disney's The Black Hole and Halloween 3: Season of the Witch. Both are badly panned by both critics and people who like the series and or who like Disney films. They don't understand these films. The first one is Black Hole. And for some reason, the reason was Disney wanted to get into the money that Star Wars was making. They wanted a cutesy Star Wars film with good triumphs over evil. Naturally, after Star Wars, Disney wanted that money too. So they came up with this concept. And they invited a director whose ambitions actually exceeded what he was supposed to do. There were two films in this film. One, of course, a cutesy good versus evil type of film. But then the director took a philosophical approach to the film about what is the true meaning of evil and madness in the world. The only one actor who I think understood what he was trying to get was Maximilian Schell, who is one of Germany's great actors. I think he personified his character, was the one actor that really played the character to where the character was supposed to be, the mad scientist. I think he understood the film. The other actors seemed like it was a disaster. They didn't understand what was going on. Shell did. What it was about a group of scientists that in space find an old abandoned spaceship, go on the spaceship to find out what happened to the crew. They find these humanoids, robots, and a red robot called Maximilian, and a mad scientist named Dr. Reinhard. He recalled that he failed not to come home, and questions about what happened to the crew remain. It later is determined that he lobotomized the crew to make them slaves by using the Century robots and Maximilian. It was a brutal process, and I'm sure shocked the audience when they learned about this in The Black Hole. And then another shocking scene was when one of the scientists, Dr. Alex Durant, is murdered by Maximilian in which he uses his fan-like claw to go right through him, which almost gave Disney its first R-rated film, just barely because it didn't show any blood. That was another shocking scene. And then, towards the end of the film, as the characters try to escape the sickness as it falls into the black hole, the people get onto the spaceship and go through the hole, and then it ends up in this philosophical Dante's Inferno type of ending in which the sickness is burning and the scenes of hell, and then you go through a chapel where there's like a heavenly type of angel that goes through it. Not understood, and most parents probably didn't understand how what was supposed to be, what most people perceived Disney being a kids' film company could produce such a film. And this is where the controversy comes and why people did not like The Black Hole. It was two different films. I suppose had Touchstone Films been around, it had been put under Touchstone Films, which was the adult films for Disney that was made in the 80s, were no longer around. It would have been much better. It would have been able to reflect what it was, which was an adult Blade Runner type film. The second film that I'm going to talk about is Halloween 3. The anger over this happens to do with because Michael Myers wasn't in it. It was about this mask that kills people because it had something from Stonehenge and witchcraft that once it's activated, the stuff in the trademark on the mask is activated by the pumpkin commercial, and it's all over the YouTube. This pumpkin Happy Halloween commercial, you can still see it. It'll activate it and it'll go and it'll kill the person wearing the mask in a very brutal way, in which snakes and insects come out of the person's skull. Apparently, the guy who owns the company is deeply involved in witchcraft, and apparently after witchcraft, and at the time of the film's release, everyone angered it, but then as time goes on and people start seeing more, it's become more appreciated. And The anger was because there was no Michael Myers in this film, except for one brief commercial. But as I said, I think this is even better than the Michael Myers films, to be honest with you. Because the guy, Cochran, that's what I believe his name is, was involved in witchcraft, and he was doing some big he was involved in some big ceremonial Halloween event. According to him, it had to do with the fact that during Halloween, the border between the living and dead is open, and the way to prevent any harm coming from between them is to offer to the people that might be looking in, like the dead coming in, when they come across, is animals and children. And the way he's going out killing children is through those Halloween masks. Yeah, it's a grim film, and that's why I say it's even more creepier towards the end. Creepier. Towards the end of the film, the hero tries to stop the commercial, and this is it. The pumpkin commercial is the big part of it. It goes through all the part of the film. Happy, happy Halloween. Until the final night where it says, happy one, come close, and you'll get it'll start going on and on and on. And the main character, Dr. Chalice, tries to stop it. The film ends with no finish to it. There was an ending, apparently, that was too grim, in which the screams of millions of kids are apparently coming on, are being, as the credits are beginning, are screaming across the screen. Apparently, the producers and other people did not want that ending, so they ended ambiguously, which probably was a rise. I think it would have been even more controversial than it was. So, that's my take on those two films. They are very good. Just happens that they were in the wrong time. They were characterized or put in the wrong production company. Talk to you later. Bye.